Why can you believe that God could do that shit? Like, hypothetically. It'd be stupid not to believe that.
No, because I believe, what is it called in English? Wait.
I mean, if you have an all-powerful God, then how is that impossible?
Yeah, but you need to understand the meaning of all powerful.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
You don't need to understand God. He's literally
Yo,
incomprehensible.
yo.
I do understand God.
ET in the chat.
How do you understand something that has been established to be
wait, let me
incomprehensible?
What?
Okay, what is
That
God?
sounds like a category error.
Why is God? I ask a better question.
Okay,
So man can be. So man can live.
So
Just
man
not
can
for man.
breathe,
So man can have
That's the
reason
wrong
to
space.
live.
answer. Shut up.
yeah,
Shut up, you
listen,
don't
Dubby,
believe
man,
it.
you believe in omnipotence, right?
I
God
think,
is
Yeah, that's a
omnipotent
concept I
being,
could.
right? Yeah. God is an
Excuse me, we're in a
omnipotent
conversation.
being.
We have an
hear
alien,
me
we
out.
have a
Hear me out
Muslim,
That
now.
and
means
we have
that
a
means that
skeptic.
God can do all things
Please
that are
don't be
logically
Stop
possible.
trolling.
specious.
Stop trolling. Please stop trolling. Please, bro. Opus, please.
No, I mean, this
Do
would
what?
make for a great roleplay. Like, how do we explain God to an alien, to an extraterrestrial?
I have a question for the Catholics. Actually, is recreational prairie dogging a sin?
I
Hear
What the
me
mean,
fuck
out.
is prairie dogging?
if
You
you
don't
hold
know
it in
what
for
prairie
too long
dogging
and
is?
it causes your
Oh my.
bowels to rupture, then it could be considered a not morally good action not
Well,
to
I
take a
mean,
poop.
that'll be because you've paid for your sin. But like, if you edge and ride that fine line, but there's no rupturing. I mean, I want to get off this
You're
topic.
shifting the
This is really
goalpost. The
immature.
goalpost is
Well, you're
whether or
getting some
not one
sort of
needs to
sick
poop or not.
pleasure out of it, so.
Yo, Mr.
I mean,
ET,
we've
check
all
out the
done
side
it.
chat. ET, can I get your perspective on something?
Sure. Are you gonna
Okay,
ban
so
me?
the Vatican approves the Italian
Oh,
guidelines allowing gay men to become priests.
what?
Based.
I don't care.
Because you're an alien.
Yeah. I mean, to you, I am.
Yeah, but what's your perspective on it? Okay, you're studying us humans down here on this planet, right? Like, you got like different types of religions and
Dude,
stuff, and this one
this is a
religion says that
government
Jesus
job.
was
You think
God,
we
right?
actually work?
And then, hold on, man. And then, like the principle of authority in this particular church that believes that Jesus was God is approving homosexuals as priests now.
I still don't care. Weird how that
I
happened.
don't care. I don't. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I'm not asking if you care or not. I'm asking what your
I
extraterrestrial
want to ask you if
perspective
you think
You
is.
someone
almost said
can
he doesn't
choose
care
to
that you don't
care.
care.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. This is gonna be a really long ride. Fucking
Sounds like you want to
monkeys.
talk about sexual stuff.
Where the
No,
fuck is
not
God when you
really.
need him?
I mean, unless you associate fecal matter with sex, that's kind of disturbing.
You kind of were just before.
No, I was associating it with the quality of pleasure. Sex
No, but
is
you said
also
edging.
associated with that, but it's not
You said
sex.
edging, though. So there was some
Uh,
sort of sexual component.
Yeah, but you can edge anything, right? Like you can edge being on the edge of a cliff. You go
But the
overboard, you're
term
gonna
comes
die.
from where?
I mean, being on the edge of something. That's where it comes from.
No. On the edge of
We're
climax.
riding the fine line. Well, I mean, you're riding the fine line of death if it's autoerotic asphyxiation.
Or life.
Ta. Hmm. So what's up? What's it like being a human? What kind of humaning do you do?
So, Mr. E.T., would you like to hear the theology of Father Timothy Radcliffe and the Eucharistic nature of homosexual butt sex? Would you like me to read
Yeah.
you? Okay.
Yeah, I'll pretend to care. Don't tell him I'm gonna mute him for a minute and see if he stops reading.
Hey, you're not allowed to locally
He
mute
heard
here.
you.
You're not allowed to locally mute here. If you locally mute here, I'm gonna mute you.
What do you mean locally mute? I'm non-local.
In this Discord, sir. Come on, man. I understand you might be spatiotemporally like disorientated while you're up there in space, but you've decided by your own accord and consent to be part of this local Discord room.
Where is Discord?
gosh, sir. If you don't understand the heuristics involved in human communication and information technology, then why don't you just go skedaddle in space?
I know how it works. You literally barely have technology. You don't understand how shit
Beep
you are.
boop. All right, we're gonna read this.
Okay. I mean, I can literally make a fucking Google Blitz. What can you do?
This is the most Reddit shit.
Incredible. Why don't you go fling some poo at people or something? I don't know what you do.
I'm
I don't
barely
do
even
my
human
job.
myself.
Ever since I got this job, I haven't worked for 8 years. All I've done is shitpost on your fucking internet. Yeah. And troll New
All right, are
Jersey
you ready?
a little bit.
Here we
Yeah.
go. We're gonna have a little reading session here.
I don't want
Father
to.
Radcliffe, Dominican, expands on the meaning of fertility.
What is a Dominican?
Gay sex.
What is gay
I was
sex?
But not every marriage is fertile in this way. We must avoid having a mechanistic or simplistic understanding of fertility. Jesus speaks a fertile word. This is my body given for you.
Jesus is a
He's
charitable
God's
carpenter. He's
fertile
always giving me
word.
wood.
And surely it is in the kind and healing words that we offer each other that we all share in fertility
Who are
of that
you?
most intimate
This is
moment.
pure madness.
When
Abysmal. Why do
Jesus met
you
Peter on the shore
wait?
after Easter, he offers him
Why
a
do you have
word
so
that
many
renews their
roles?
relationship. 3
You
times
have a
he
lot of roles.
asks him,
Why don't
"Do
you
you
have any
love
roles,
me
man?
more than these others?" He
Hey,
allows him to
Dubby.
undo his
Yo,
threefold
This guy
denial.
has like no roles at all. I think he might be
Sexual
stupid.
fertility cannot be separated
who,
from
me?
the exchange of
No, the
words
other
that
guy. Look at his
heal,
roles. He
that
barely has any.
recreate, and
He
set
might be dumb.
free. How does
You
all
have
this
even less roles
bear
than
on the
him. You
question of
basically don't know
gay
anything.
sexuality?
No,
We
I just don't
cannot
care enough to have
begin with
rules.
the question of whether it is permitted or
Well,
forbidden.
not caring is the
We
first
must
step to
ask what it
extinction.
means and how far it is Eucharistic. Certainly, it can be generous, vulnerable,
This guy
tender,
sounds like a
mutual,
pedophile.
and
He sounds like
non-violent.
Herbert the pervert.
So, in many
That's what
ways, I would
oh yeah,
think
that's
that
the
it
character.
can be expressive of Christ's self-gift.
Hey,
We can also
Chris.
see how it
Chris.
can be expressive of
What does altar
mutual
boy smell like?
fidelity, a covenantal relationship in which two
Like
people
Debbie,
bind
are you a
themselves
dirty
to each other
atheist?
forever.
Shame on you.
Agnostic.
But the proposed
Rational
I mean,
agnostic.
legislation for
I
gay
have that in my
marriage
roles too, so
imply
we
that it
agree
is
on that.
not understood to be inherently unitive and becoming a one flesh. And what about fertility?
Uh,
I have suggested that one should not stick
Preach.
to a crude, mechanistic
and
Preach.
then describes this
understanding of
as
fertility.
Amatraitus.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Biological fertility is inseparable from the
Dumb dog.
fertility of our
Oh
mutual
my god, this fucking dude.
tenderness and
Oh my god.
compassion.
I need to find some
And so that
drugs.
might
More
seem to
drugs, I
remove
mean.
one objection to gay
Space
marriage.
cocaine.
I
Hang
am
on.
not entirely convinced,
Do you know
since
how
it
hard
seems
it
to me that
was
our
for me to get
tradition
these
is
drugs smuggled out here, dude?
incarnational.
Like, you're
The
gonna make me
word
use them
To
all
the
up
becomes
sector.
tonight.
bodily
All of
flesh.
them.
And some heterosexual relationships may be
Uh,
accidentally infertile in this sense,
you
but
literally live in the
homosexual
fucking
ones
boondocks,
are
you know that, right?
intrinsically so.
What
Okay.
happened?
I think you both might be
Sexual
gay.
ethics is
I
about our
think
Not
you
me.
should slide
say.
up into each other's DMs.
I don't know
And
about
I have
him.
the impression that
And I don't
we're
know about
not
you.
very sure of what gay sexual acts signify. Maybe we need to ask gay Christians who have been living in committed
Let's
relationships for
argue about the
years.
utility of
I
uplifting dolphins
suspect
to
that
be aquatic
sex will
workers.
turn
Being
out to
annoying.
be rather unimportant.
You think you're gonna win, but you won't.
I would conclude with two profound
Keep
hopes:
going.
that a
Keep
way will
going.
be found to welcome divorced and remarried people back to communion. And
What would
most
Jesus
important,
say?
that women will be given real authority and voice in the church. The Pope
Was
expresses
Jesus
his
like a
desire
virgin
that
when he
this may
died? Because
happen,
I hear that's a
but
pretty
what
big deal being a
concrete
virgin.
form can it take? He
He was a
believes that the
virgin.
ordination of women
Wow.
to to the ministerial priesthood
I
is
mean,
not
Because
that's
he's
personal,
honestly his greatest
but
sacrifice, from what I hear.
decision-making in the church has
Hell yeah, I
become
was rocking
ever
six
more
pack.
closely linked to ordination in recent years.
All the
Can
Jewish
that
bitches
bond be loosened? Let
What's
us
a
were
hope
like,
Jew?
that
he's the
women
Lion of
may be
Judea.
ordained to the
Uh,
diaconate, so have a place in preaching at the Eucharist.
really,
What
dude?
other
Okay, keep
ways
going.
can
Keep it going.
authority be
Sir,
shared?
can you shut the fuck up, please, for the love of everything?
No, keep going.
So, Mr.
I know
E.T.,
there's more.
what are your thoughts on the Eucharistic theology of Father Timothy Radcliffe's
I've
homosexual
never
butt
heard of
sex?
that and have no interest in learning about it. Because my brain isn't infinite. Like, it's got a storage limit, right? So I want to avoid the useless shit.
But clearly, your brain has more storage capacity than
Uh,
those of mammalians on Earth.
No, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I
Because
told
if in
you, I
some way it
literally haven't
wasn't
done my job.
biologically predetermined by some
Okay.
evolutionary
Here's
process
one
or
true
creation
rule.
itself, right?
Here's
You
one
wouldn't
true
have
rule.
been
Hear me
able
out.
to
That holds
create
true
a
for every
tool
species
that would
ever
fly you
discovered, and
from
that's
one part of
government
laziness.
the universe
jobs
to
are.
another part of the
No
universe.
one works when they get a government job. Sorry, the drugs. I can't think straight. But yeah, like no one does government jobs. If it's a government job, you just don't work. That's the universal rule. Yeah.
But
I'm just gonna
how does
write
this all
down
Car.
bear on the
weird
question of
monkeys.
gay sexuality?
Oh my god.
We
I
cannot
don't know.
begin with the question of whether it is permitted or forbidden. We
Mm.
must ask what it means and how far it is Eucharistic. Certainly, it can be generous, vulnerable, tender, mutual, and non-violent.
Pipe bomb onto the president's car.
So, Mr. E.T., is that how you guys copulate in space? Is it
What
generous,
makes you
vulnerable,
think I
tender, mutual,
copulate?
and non-violent?
I mean, a rape does exist. There's that. What more
No,
do you
so
want
the
to know?
question is, can it be generous, vulnerable, tender, mutual, and non-violent?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
boring.
So
But
then
yeah,
so then maybe it could be Eucharistic. I don't know. Maybe
holy fuck.
maybe
Okay, the
maybe
thing about
Timothy
sex is you just
Radcliffe's
gotta like not think and
Eucharistic
let the fucking instinct take
homosexual
over,
butt
dude.
sex also
Oh
applies to
my.
you. That's all I'm saying, man.
I
It's
mean, if
inclusive
your
of infinite, you know
instinct
what I'm
is to
saying?
fuck dudes, more power to you. More power to you. I mean, that's neither here nor there, but you know, it's a problem everywhere. I hear you.
Hey, Mr. E.T., I got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Can aliens have personality disorders?
Why do you think they fucking sent me here, dude?
Why? Because you're a fuck up?
I mean, I'm annoying as hell. Like,
Oh,
if
you
I'm
got
just being
punished.
honest.
You got punished to come to Earth.
Yeah, pretty
What a
much. Yeah.
loser.
Yeah. Well,
And
there
that
were
doesn't make
two
me feel
others,
good.
but they rotated out, so I'm going crazy. I'll be
So they
honest.
got promoted and you got demoted.
I guess so, but I'm the one that got fucked, and that's all I care about from my perspective. So, yeah,
So you rather enjoyed it.
no, but I might.
Well, certainly it can be generous, vulnerable, tender,
Hmm.
mutual, and non-violent.
Hmm.
So in many ways, I would think that it can be expressive of Christ's self-gift. So according to Timothy Radcliffe, you could be a Christian too.
Wow.
Okay.
Subverting Christianity from the inside out.
I mean, he didn't die for my sins. I never sinned.
It's not about that. It's whether you can be generous, vulnerable, tender, mutual, and non-violent in your gay sex.
Why the fuck would a Christian even think of that?